and image analysis programs, where you might take an image and then you tell it to analyze different cells in the brain or different intensities, or you might score behavioral assessments, which are a bit more manual, and then you can input those into Excel. Otherwise, a lot of programs that you run in science, you run your model through them, and then they'll output lots of data, and then you kind of choose the type of data that you want. So if you're looking at fluorescent intensity or total counts or things like that, then you use those data sets for each of your different subjects and put those into a data analysis thing. So maybe you put it into R, or if you're going to put it in R, you got to put it in Excel first and organize it, and then you tell R which columns or which rows that you want analyzed, or you put it into GraphPad where it's a similar thing and use that to analyze your data for it.
Very interesting. I was busy telling somebody else this morning that my children weren't very techie. Maybe that's just true of your sister. All right, so I want to go back to the beginning. What was it like growing up in your house? What do you think sparked your interest in science, and especially
science? Definitely came from my grandpa, or an interest in not so much science, but an interest in the world and understanding it, because he was very into his history, and he was an engineer scientist as well. So I think he was very key in making me try, understand, or want to figure out how the world works, or how the different things work, which is science at its base. And neuroscience specifically was because when I was a child, I had a neurodevelopmental issue where my brain lost connection to my leg, and it didn't work for a long period of time, and that just sparked curiosity about how the brain works and why that happens. And I think when I moved into science in university, that neuroscience and respiratory science were very interesting to me, more than other fields of science. I'm not super good at maths, so physics, while very interesting, is not my strongest application of science. That's where it comes from, I think.
Okay, so I know that you have had some health challenges, and you just mentioned a little bit about the neuroscience little part of your life. How do you think that the health challenges that you've had along the way have shaped both your approach to life and to the research that you do?
I don't think, I guess in two ways. The health challenges made me a very hard worker, or implicit understanding that you need to do things while you can and not put them off. So if there's something to do, I just want to get it out of the way rather than wait for it to be done later. So I don't really ever put anything off. I kind of just do it unless it needs to be put off. But if it can be done, then I think it should be done. And I think, and this was very evident to me at a conference I went to the end of last year, where somebody presenting their research, when asked if the research that they were doing actually impacts people, they showed very little care about the impacts, and they were talking about health issues that were very similar to my own that they're studying, supposedly. It showed that not all researchers are doing it to actually improve research or improve outcomes for the world. They're just doing it because they saw a career path in it. And I thought that was very bad, and it was not a very good, because they didn't actually care about how their research was going to impact other people. Diseases, or a disease that people do research a lot, even though it's not what I research, has shown me that the research can have a really big impact, and that does matter to a lot of people. And that when you come in and you do your research, it's not just about getting results so that you can fill out your next grant application. You're doing it and actually trying to understand the issues so that you can actually help people somewhere down the line. You can actually provide results for them that will impact their lives, not just because it's a job and you're ticking a box, because it actually matters.
I feel like that ties back to your earlier conversation about your papa.